So the first one is Mild.com. Mild.com. Hey, Gail, how are you, hon? Now then, this is good because what it gives you is there was when I used to do a fuckload of direct response marketing back in the day, there used to be a service called What Runs Where. What Runs Where. In fact, it's still going. And direct mail is still an amazing way of growing a business. But anyway, so What Runs Where was basically every single piece of direct mail copy that got sent out, posted in the USA, collated, and they would see how often that particular piece of mail got sent out. And as a result of that, they could work out which pieces of direct mail copy were making sales. Obviously, the longer a piece ran, and the more lists it went to, without getting too technical about the way direct mail works, then you got a good sense, a good understanding that that was a great piece of direct response marketing copy. And then you could use that again as a template, as a starting point. Okay, so that was the brilliant thing. And I used to use that heaps. In fact, again, little thing, the sales copy that I wrote for the product which I used to sell called Kids 5 a Day, which did well, at its height, we had 30,000 subscribers paying us 29.95 quid, British thing, back in the day. So it was making just under $1 million a month at one point, and then it promptly got shut down for all sorts of different reasons, which we won't go into unless we have wine. We need wine to discuss those. But anyway, so the sales copy that I wrote for that and a shitload of the other associated marketing collateral, I got ideas from What Runs Where. Okay, so this thing, Mild, is all about that, but related to emails. Most people, they're not brilliant copywriters. They don't know how to write sales copy. So you want to get ideas about what other companies are doing. And as a result of that, you can see and get ideas for what you could do as well. Okay, so that's kind of how that works. So for instance, if we do, what was that called? Fast growing trees up here. Fast growing trees. Then you can see, or we can now see, you know, what emails they're sending out, he says. So it will show us that. It'll show us the emails that they're sending out, the frequency of the emails. And from that, anything that's running over and over and over again, clearly that's an email that's working. Okay. Anyway, that is brilliant. It works really, really well. Clearly, I need to go and sign in for that, but I don't want to go and log into my password manager because I don't want everybody to see my passwords. But that's a really, really cool piece of kit and gives you really good insights into what emails are being sent out by people. And then you just get to copy them. And what my big suggestion here is, don't copy directly. Don't copy directly. Instead, go to another field. So that was fast growing trees. Great. But instead of that, go and look at some other e-commerce related business, what does direct orders, direct to consumer orders, and go and get ideas from that. Okay, and then copy them, but then take and swap it over for trees or whatever it is you're selling. All right, very, very cool. So that's the first one. Second one is advertising, marketing, things like that. So that's another one which is really, really difficult for people to come up with base creative ideas. And the way that these things work is typically what you'll start with is an idea for something, and you'll start putting that idea to the test. Okay, and then over a period of time, what will happen is you'll figure out how to actually sell the thing that you're trying to sell. Like, you will not hit a home run from the get-go. All right, that just doesn't happen. Any idiot telling you that's what happens, they're full of shit. They've never, ever built a business. It doesn't work like that. It typically takes some time to find the correct way to market the thing that you're selling. Okay, that's just normal. So this is a great way of doing that. I'm on fastgrowingtrees.com's web Facebook page. So now I can go to page transparency Just scroll down for you. Page transparency, and you would have seen this before, I'm sure. So now I get to find out some information about their business, of course, but then this is the thing that you want, ads library. And the ads library gives you all of the Facebook ads that they are running. Now, a couple of ways you can use this. So the first thing we can see here, look, is they are heavily going along the lines of video, which is smart because if you've been paying attention to Instagram and Facebook and what they've been saying, and also what's been going on in the news about Instagram and Facebook changing their algorithm to try and be more TikTok-esque, TikTok's just eating their business, it's pretty clear that they're favoring videos over static images. So this is good. They have got some static images, but for the most part, it's video, okay? So you can get ideas for that. You can see sales copy. You can see the versions. So if I click on the ad details, you can see the versions that are running. So here's another version of that same ad. Here's another version of that same ad, okay? And what they will typically change, if they're smart, is what's called the thumbnail. So the video itself stays the same, but they change the thumbnail that kind of shows first before the video gets played, okay? That's, without a doubt, the most important thing to change. Anyway, so that's a really cool thing to do. And again, get ideas from other places. And then, of course, video, awesome. That immediately takes us to good old-fashioned TikTok, because then you can use those videos that are performing well on Facebook. You can use them on TikTok, okay? And TikTok, I don't know if you've ever seen this. If you haven't set up one of their TikTok accounts for business, you should. It's a really cool idea, and you get to see some really great stuff, okay? So I'm in Indonesia at the minute, of course, I'm in Bali, but you can go and look at wherever and see what's doing really, really well in whatever particular niche you're interested in. And it will give you some amazing information about how adverts on TikTok work best, how they work best. Very, very cool. Okay, last thing. Most people don't really think about this, but one of the fundamentally integral decisions that you'll make about your website that you set up for a direct consumer business is what's called the tech stack. And that just means what apps you're going to have, what email marketing software, what payment processor you'll run, what payment gateway you'll run, So the full gamut of additional things that you'll need for your website to work and work effectively. What are those things? Okay. And you want to know that because the real irritating thing is once you've set them, it's really fucking hard to change them. Once you've got business coming in and you're making things and you're developing an email list, and that email list has been whitelisted by your subscribers and all of those little things, it's a complete pain to then change those apps, change that software. So right now, for instance, for Aussie online entrepreneurs, I use a piece of software called Active Campaign. Well, that Active Campaign software costs me the better part of $1,000 a month. There are much cheaper pieces of software that I could use now that are available out there that would do pretty much exactly the same thing that were available back then, but I just didn't know about them and I went with Active Campaign, okay? So I could save myself $750 a month, which all adds up, yeah? So had I known about it. So what I suggest is you want to go to Built With. So builtwith.com, builtwith.com. I am obsessive about looking at competitors' websites and seeing what software they're running and things like that. You really want to go take a look. But if we take this as an example, this, then I get to find out all of the cool apps and stuff. So they're using Visual Website Optimizer. Well, I happen to really like that. Visual Website Optimizer is a great way of running what's called A/B split tests, and also does something called multivariate testing. And it's a really cool piece of kit. I happen to know lots and lots of people use it. It's good to see they're using it too. Okay, so that's another kind of like, oh, another check for Visual Website Optimizer when I'm thinking about the website optimization strategy that I want to undertake for my business. I'll go look at that now as well. Okay, but I can see everything like Klaviyo, really good piece of email marketing software. That's who I would have gone with. Mouseflow for finding out what people do on your website, etc., etc., etc. So they're running Google Analytics, but they're also running event tracking. So I get to go and check that out now. I know now they're doing Bing advertising. So now I'm starting to piece together their marketing strategy as well. They're doing Facebook. They got a Shopify website element on that as well. So it must be Shopify website, etc., 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 etc. So they're using Pinterest, they're using TikTok. I get to discover all that, and it just fast tracks all that stuff for you. You don't need to pay a what's called a full stack developer consultant to go figure all that shit out for you. It's all just there. So it's all just there. Okay, so that's 3 really simple tools, really, and they're free to use as well, which we love, of course. A really easy way of figuring out and getting a head start when it comes to putting your business together. That's important. That's what you want to get. That was a video from the regular Monday night Q&A session with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. There's over 2,500 of us now, not just here in Australia, indeed right around the world, and growing. We're the fastest growing community of professional e-commerce entrepreneurs, certainly here in Australia. Sales, by the way, of over $50 million. If you'd like to find out more about what we do, a couple of different ways of doing that. Of course, you should absolutely subscribe to this channel, post brand new money making information each and every day, but you should also get yourself off to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au, or you can just Google that, Aussie Online Entrepreneurs, and then you'll find us that way too. With that being said, hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time. But remember to subscribe, and if you've got any questions or comments, comment below and I'll answer them personally for you. With that being said, bye.